So you are now on the second section for social media. And in this section, you're going to learn what target marketing is, and you're also going to build a company. And this company is going to be used for most of your assignments from now on, so you need to remember what you're doing. In fact, about the only assignment where you create a social media that you do not use your company is when you're doing your LinkedIn account. Every other assignment on this part of the class is done with your made up company. Again, it's a made up company, not one that is already out there, but a made up company. One of the things that you have to do for that is you have to know what target marketing is, because target marketing determines whether your business will be successful or not. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about. What is target marketing? How is it used? And why do you need it? So when you're talking about target market, you're talking about the people that you would like to sell to. So there is a specific definition that I would like you to learn. A target market is a group of customers that a business has decided to sell their product or service or to aim its marketing efforts at. So the example that they put is a BMW. Well, BMW is a type of car, and most people cannot afford a BMW. So most people are not their target market. They are very specific on who they're trying to buy their car, excuse me. Now, if you want to talk about a little target market that's a little easier to look at, how about a high school? A high school, if I'm selling a senior t-shirt for a high school, then my target market is my senior class. If I'm selling a game or a shirt for a rivalry game against our other big school, then I'm going to sell to all of the schools in our area, and they will sell to all the schools in their area. So that is what a target market is. Selecting who you're trying to sell to and whether or not they're going to buy it, that is what determines a good target market. So part of the target market, there's three that I want to focus on these five. The first one is geographics, and that's the location where you're selling your product at. So if you are selling over the internet, it can be very wide. If you're selling something that's specific to an area, then you need to focus on that area. The other part is psychographics. Psychographics is something that comes into their lifestyle, what they like to do, what their interests are. That is psychographics. And the last and most important one, and the one that's used the most, is demographics. There are 8 to 10 different parts of demographics, but there are only 3 that I would like you to focus on. When you're looking at demographics, I want you to really focus on the age of the people that you're trying to sell to. I would also like you to focus on the gender that you're trying to sell to, if it matters. And the last one is ethnic background. If you would have anything specific that is for one ethnicity or another. You can also look at their income, and you can also look at small things such as whether they are married or not. So let's talk about the actual assignment of building your company. So the first thing that I ask you to do is come up with a name for your company. Now, before you do that, honestly, I would like to make sure that you know what your company is and then come up with a little bit of creativity in your name. So you don't want to come up with a name such as Dave's Donut. Not creative. Come up with something, Dave's Delicious Donuts to Die For. Something like that. Just come up with something that's a little bit creative. And then what you have to do is you have to tell me specifically what do you sell? So do you sell coffee? If you do, what else do you sell? Do you sell muffins? Do you sell rug cleaning supplies? Do you sell childcare? Do you sell car washes? And how do you make money from your product? In other words, if I'm selling coffee, how do I make money? By the more coffees I sell and the more products that I sell, I make money. So it could be I sell coffees, I sell donuts, I sell all these other things, and that's how I make money. Please don't put down I get money by selling one thing. Get a little more specific. Now, they're going to ask you, and it is question number 3, is your product or is it a service business, things you can't touch, so that is a service, or is it a good or a product? A good are things you can touch. So the example I use is when you go into a place like, let's say, Red Robin, and you order a hamburger. Well, the hamburger itself is a product. The waitress bringing it to you is a service. You can hold the hamburger, that's a good or a product. You cannot hold a service. That's the waitress or waiter. That's bad. Don't do that. Don't hold them. So again, what are you selling? Know whether it's a good or a service. Now, the last part of the assignment is just come up with a promotion or a sale. In other words, what will get people to come in? Try to make it a couple sentences and tell me, like, I'm going to do a 2-for-1 on Mondays to get people to come in because Monday's a slow day for me. Or I'm going to give a 10% discount to the third person Wednesday, every third person. Okay? Number 5, it asks people love companies that involve with their customers. So what are you doing to bring them in to get involved? How do you get people that want to be involved in your company? Give me a couple sentences on what you're looking for. And one of the things they say is do a trivia night or do something. A car dealership does a carnival. Places around here, we have people come in and they just bring their dogs and they wash their dogs for them. And the last thing they want you to do for this is come up with a slogan. McDonald's is I'm loving it. We've got a company around here called Spokane Pumps, and their slogan is we fix things that suck. Come up with a slogan that's different and unique that people would love to do. And like it says, Nike's is just do it. Well, what is yours? So follow through on this assignment. Make sure that you do a little bit longer. I've been getting short assignments. I would like a sentence or two on each of these. Good luck, and don't be afraid to get a hold of me or whoever's teaching the class if you need help.